Hey YouTube, this is a video by Scanda D for the Real Housewives of Atlanta review, season 6, episode 10. All I want to say is, Chuck, I can't believe he went there. I can't believe he tried to clown Phaedra and Candy, tried to like they the hoes when he the hoe. Can you believe it? Just because his wife went home from Savannah and gotten him about how he embarrassed her, but she the one who brought it up. So if anybody needs to be blamed, it's her. But anyway, let's get into this review. Stars with Kenya and Lawrence. And Lawrence used to be one of my favorite drag queens on the show. But I am not like him now that he's all around Kenya. And you know, Kenya is just all up in Phaedra and Candy's business and Chuck, because she has nothing else to do. She ain't got no man, so she just up in their business. And then she was like, well, you know, Phaedra, she always trying to act so prim and proper and so Southern Belle, honey child. And she the one with all the drama. She used to date Chuck, and she want to try to act like it wasn't none, but I know it was something. Here go Phaedra. I mean, not Phaedra, but Lawrence. Like, yeah, you know, when people front, they act like they don't want to tell the whole truth. It's because they're hiding something. They're hiding something about who they really are. And I was just looking like, how in the world are you sitting up there? I know him and Phaedra weren't cool, but I did not like how he was going in on Phaedra. Anyway, I'll talk about the Chuck thing last. We go to Cynthia, who has her sister coming to visit, and her sister wants to stay with her and Peter for 2 months, just out of the blue. And if I was her, I would have been like, well, hold on, wait a minute. Let me check with Peter first, because, you know, you and Peter don't get along, and this is kind of, you know, all of a sudden you could have told me in advance and asked me if it was okay, but just out of the blue. So I thought it was wrong that her sister Mallory did that, and that she should check with Peter first, because, you know, that's his house as well, and they do not get along. But it is what it is. And you know, when Mallory told Peter, he was just like, well, where are you gonna be staying? She was like, with you all. She was just like, well, no, that's not what it is. You know, you didn't ask me, you know, Cynthia, you didn't ask me before. And then she was just like, oh, well, you bought a car, you didn't ask her. She was just like, he was like, what does that have to do with anything? And I was thinking, correct. Now, it may not have been right for him to buy a car, but that's not your business. That's Cynthia's business. And Cynthia told her right, she was like, shut up, Mal, shut up. And then she, you know, of course, started talking to Peter about, you know, trying to get along with Mallory. And Peter has the nerve to want to have a little man cave so he can get away. She was just like, no, this is a marriage. We don't do stuff like that. And, you know, you're just going to have to deal with it. You can't get a place by yourself. He was just like, oh, yeah. So Candy has a little sit-down moment with her mother. And her mother's just like, oh, you know, I just went to the doctor today. First she tells her about the musical, and she just looked like, and she basically tells her she went to the doctor and how she just really been stressed out and how she needs to let it go. You know, her and what's his name? Her and Ty business. She needs to just let it go so that she could be sane and be healthy and all that. And her Candy was just like, well, yeah, you know, you do that, you know, because me and Ty gonna be together, whether you like it or not. You know, she was just like, I just feel like you don't take my side. She was like, sometimes you be wrong, and doesn't mean I don't love you, doesn't mean I don't respect you, but I have to be honest, sometimes you're wrong, and in this case, you're wrong. And then she has the nerve to tell Derek J, who was doing her hair, I don't know what he was doing, but tell him, well, if you see a big old truck about to hit your daughter, don't you want to move her out the way? And I was just like, oh my goodness, dramatic, just too dramatic. And anyway, and we ended up having Chuck and Nene and Phaedra meet up, and I'm thinking, oh Lord, they about to talk about the Monique thing. And then she was just like, no, I want you to do this charity thing for me, going to the boys and girls clubs to talk to these children, you know, try to tell them to stay in school, stay focused, and that they can reach their dreams even though they're from Athens, which is a small town. And they go there or whatever, and he introduces them. He's just like, this is one of the best top actresses in the whole entire world, Nene Leakes. She gets up there, she's just like, yes honey, I was from Athens and I did everything, and I was part of cheerleading, dancing, I did basketball, and look at me now, I'm a top actress. I'm on Glee, New Normal. I'm the highest paid reality star. You could do it. All you got to do is believe it and you'll receive it. Yes, God. Bloop, or whatever she says. And I'm just like, okay, Nene. And then Phaedra gets up there and she's a little bit more humble. She's just like, yes, I'm from Athens as well. I read and I did a lot of my good homework, and stayed in school and stay focused. And you can do whatever you want to do if you want to just keep your head in the books, basically, and you can, be what you want to be. And he was just like, okay, give him a round of applause. And then on the way back, I forgot to mention when they stopped at Dairy Queen. They was just reminiscing about growing up together and all that. And then Phaedra in the confessionals was just like, well, isn't it something that Nene once said that she didn't know me in Athens, and now all of a sudden she wanted to reminisce with me. And I was just like, true, Phaedra. When they were on the reunion show, she said that she didn't know Phaedra, that they didn't hang out, they didn't know each other. She's like, I don't know you, Phaedra. I still don't know you. And then all of a sudden she like, okay, me and you went to the same school or whatever, and we knew each other. So I thought that was crap. And Nene, she always try to act like she's so high and above everybody, but that's Nene for you. On the way back, Chuck has the nerve to want to bring up the Monique thing. She was just like, well, Phaedra, I just wanted to bring up the fact that you told my wife that me and you used to date. She was just like, well, yeah, we dated when we were in 8th grade, and then we dated again in high school. And he was just like, well, no, that's not true. We never dated. You and Candy both were just a part of the team. I was a star athlete. Y'all wanted me. I gave y'all a piece of the cookie, and that's is what it is. We never dated. She was like, we did date, Chuck. We did date. We dated. He was like, where we go? Where did we go? Name a place we went. She was just like, well, I went to your game. She was like, yeah, a lot of girls went to my game. I had a whole lot of women. And what, me and you never dated. I dated you and Candy at the same time, but it was nothing. It was nothing. Candy been around. You been around. Me and you were the first friends with benefits. That is what it is. Me and you were not anything more than just sleeping together. And Nene was just like, yeah. She was just like, okay, Chuck. And I'm thinking, Chuck, why are you acting like you all of that in the bag of chips? You are not all of that. The only reason why you going in like this because your wife went home and cussed you out because she got embarrassed because she went up there, opening the door and letting all this garbage in, and then she want to get mad because of the smell or whatever. It's like, no, you brought it up. That's what happened. You got burned. You should have never brought it up to Candy. Should never brought it up to Phaedra. And Chuck just trying to rectify it and trying to go in on them like they were the hoes when he was the hoe. He got an excuse for everything. Everybody wanted him. He was the ish, and now they still after him. It's just like, no, Chuck, who are you? You are nobody. And Phaedra in her confessionals were just like, yeah, he's just jealous because he see a nice athletic woman that did something with her life and he ain't doing nothing. I was like, true. Phaedra, he is a little hater. He is a little salty. But that was the Housewives of Atlanta. It was pretty good. I hope to God Apollo just does something to Chuck. I really don't care if we don't see him again, but if we do see him, I hope Apollo is beating the crap out of him for the way he talked to his wife. Like, that was uncalled for. And Monique, you are dumb as a doorknob. You are so dumb. Like, how in the world would you bring that up and then expect for it to not go the way it went? It is what it is. So anyway, rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna be back again for my review. Please follow me on Twitter. I'm gonna leave the link below. Follow me on Instagram. And I'm gonna see you next week. Peace.